So we're not far away from the next instalment of the Mission Impossible franchise, releasing on the 12th of July or 14th for us in the UK. Around a month ago we had a new trailer which teased some of the locations and some of the stunts that's going to be in this movie. Now, the bar is already set incredibly high, as Fallout, which was the last film released back in 2018, became one of my favourite films of all time. But we know from this trailer, this movie is going to be split into two parts, and it's probably going to be the biggest story told in this franchise yet. Quite honestly, it feels like this production's been going on for years. Now we know that both parts has been filmed back to back, or simultaneously, and we've been led to believe, or we know enough, that this production is going to be, or has been, the biggest so far. Not just in terms of story, but in terms of scale, in terms of everything. Now, as the first part is releasing in 3 to 4 weeks, I just wanted to talk briefly about what I'm excited about and a little about the trailer. I'm going to mention the obvious first. The same IMF team we've had since Mission 5, Rogue Nation, Ethan Hunt, Benji, Ilsa and Luther are back. Another returning character is Elena, who we last saw in Fallout working for the CIA. Now this cast list is pretty extensive and we have a lot of new faces. One of the new faces to the franchise is Hayley Atwell, who's more commonly known as playing Peggy Carter in the Marvel films. Now she's seen handcuffed to Tom Cruise as they're driving through the streets of Rome. So she looks like she's playing some sort of agent, but if she's working for or against the IMF remains to be unseen. We don't know yet. Now we get glimpses of the antagonist and his group throughout the trailers and the TV spots. I think much like the Syndicate, later known as the Apostles, this group is going to be a lot more heavily resourced than Hunt's team. The lead seems to be a character called Gabriel. I don't know if this gives us a clue to what the character's about, as obviously in the Bible, Gabriel was a messenger of God. So is there someone, another character who we don't know about yet, overseeing events and controlling this new group other than Gabriel, who seems to be this, well, he seems to be the leader in the trailer. But the main point I want to bring up is I would like this new group to be different from Solomon Lane's lot. Obviously, they were done really well, and I think playing an antagonist or a bad guy is probably quite limiting, so it's probably quite easy to fall into sort of the same pattern and copy what's come before. But I hope that's not the case. But from looking at the trailer, I mean, this film, you can tell from the trailers that the scale is just being lifted. We've got a lot more locations. The stunts look just as, if not more crazy. So I don't have too many doubts. Another thing I noticed, there seems to be a few nods to past Mission films. In one of the stunts where Ethan narrowly avoids getting hit by the top of a tunnel on top of a train, sort of reminded me a little bit of the final act of the first Mission Impossible. I'm not going to go into too much detail on the other stunts, but they all look incredibly wild and crazy. And those sort of things are what really draws me in to go and see these movies, especially as I know that Tom Cruise has done them himself. One of my first ever videos on this channel was about Tom Cruise's Mission Impossible franchise. And it sort of explained how the bar has got increasingly higher and higher, where the last movie, Fallout, became one of my favourite films of all time. I absolutely love that movie. But I can't shake this feeling that what goes up must eventually come down. And as these last two movies are, well, the last, and this is the penultimate one that's coming out in a few weeks, I sort of can't shake the feeling. I'm a little bit worried that it's going to somewhat disappoint. But I'm also very optimistic that it will be on par or even surpass what Fallout achieved. I mean, either way, I've been excited each time a trailer has been released. And even hearing stories firsthand or through the internet about the stuff going on in production and on set and what sort of going to be happening, I'm just quite excited to go and see it. And regardless of if it's as good or better, Tom Cruise knows how to please his audiences. So regardless of what it's going to be, it's going to be a good movie, and I'm just very excited to go in and see what's going to happen next. If you enjoyed what you saw here today, feel free to subscribe for similar content. If there was a particular video or section of the video you liked, let me know by liking or commenting on the video. Your likes and comments could influence the next topic I talk about. Thanks for watching.